for joining me. This is Granny with Monofilament, and this video that you guys are gonna see here was a video I did in regards to fishing line. Everything from braid, mono, floral. I kind of described it. I posted this one on Monofilament a while back. So this is just for people who are getting into fishing, and this is something we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing fishing tips, content, things like that. We're not gonna be doing outdoor fishing. You go to Fishing Kit's YouTube channel for that. He'll definitely entertain you in that sense. But this is more about tips and tricks that I guess myself and Fishing Kit has. We're also gonna be doing a lot more beer content. Now there's beer fish fanatics, so that's why we're gonna do a lot of craft beer. We're gonna be trying all kinds. We're probably gonna be going to breweries. There's a lot of things in our future that I think we kind of have planned. So stay tuned to that. This one, just want to do, obviously, our current beer fish fanatic sponsor, Kelowna Brewing out there in Eastern Iowa. I'm going to be drinking a Kelowna Classic. This is the light lager. I keep telling everybody, go and get this. If you're in Central Iowa, anywhere, really, if you're big into Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, I'm telling you, this beer right here has amazing body, amazing taste. It's just crisp and it's light. I'm telling you guys probably won't go back once you give this one a shot. So go to your local Hy-Vees, go to any of the restaurants, breweries. I believe they have kegs on tap and everything. And then if you're Eastern Iowa and Iowa City or Cedar Rapids, anywhere out there, just go down to the breweries. 15-20 minute drive, amazing food, and you can get this stuff off tap. So other than that, enjoy this quick little, I guess you can say, monologue in regards to fishing line. So cheers, everyone. Yeah, it's good. We'll start with the very first one, everybody. I'm pretty sure everybody's familiar with is the mono. So I have this mono line here. The cool thing about this one is it floats, and a lot of people use this. It's real cheap, obviously, and it stretches. The good thing about mono, I would primarily use this probably with top water. So I have this like little spook here from Chasing Bass, one of our vendors here, and I would use it with this because of the reason being because it floats, or at least use it as a leader that's tied to a braid line, let's just say. But the good thing about mono is that it stretches. When I say it stretches, when you're setting the hook or whatnot, it doesn't literally just pull like a string or braid, as you would say. So the mono actually stretches. I actually use mono, at least a lot of my leaders monos, for crappie fishing, and the reason being is because they're called paper lips, obviously. So to me, it's everybody's preference, but for me, mono works best when I'm crappie fishing. The reason being is because when you're setting the hook, it doesn't technically just rip. It has a little give, the mono does. The con, I guess you can say, with the mono, if you're using mono, is that like I said, it floats. If you're needing a specific lure to sink further, this will probably not be the line that you're going to want to use. And also the diameter of the monos. Diameter of the monos are a little bit bigger, obviously, versus the floral and versus braid, of course. So that, I guess you said, that would be the con in regards to the mono. And then obviously memory. So it has a lot of memory, so you can see the coil up, everything in regards to the mono line. But I definitely still use this. It has its right place, right time, the specific lures that you're going to use the mono on. So definitely keep that in mind. Obviously, it's cheaper, so that's obviously a good thing too. The second one I primarily use is the Flurocarbon. So Flurocarbon here. The good thing about the Flurocarbon, I would use this with any lures that you want to sink. The reason being, Flurocarbon sinks faster, and I would actually even use it in regards to a crankbait. And the reason being is if you wanted to go a little bit deeper, I would actually use it with a crankbait. Here's one of a square bills from Chasing Bass I would use it with. That way it goes to a specific level. It goes a little bit deeper when you're cranking it, or when you're fishing for those bass and everything. So the floral obviously is a little bit tougher in regards to abrasion and everything on that. So but this, I would definitely use Flurocarbon with any type of jigs, with skirt and trailer, things like that, so that way it sinks to the bottom. Or I actually even use Flurocarbon with some of my whether I'm doing any type of wacky worms or even my Ned rig sometimes. That way it sinks a little bit faster if need be on that. So fluorocarbon is definitely, I would say it's universal. I mean, I almost want to say it's an in-betweener in regards to, you know, mono and sometimes braid, I feel like. But like I said, it's everybody's preference on that. It's definitely dependable. Fluorocarbon is not as, I would say, giving as mono when you send the hook and everything, but it has a little bit of stretch to it still. It's not like braid yet. So, but like I said, this one sinks the most. So if you're needing any type of lure that needs to sink, definitely go with fluorocarbon. Fastest way to get to the bottom on that. And then the next line here is braid. So I use a specific braid, and most of my setups do have braid on, whether it's casting or even some of my spinning reels. And the reason why I use braid a lot is because of its toughness, number one. Number two, it also, when you're setting the hook, as I said, it doesn't have any give. So when braid is literally like a rope, when you pull it, you're setting the hook, it's instant set. So that's why I like braid. But like I said, if you're fishing for a specific fish like crappies, in my opinion, at least I would tie a mono leader. That way it has a little bit of give, but anytime you're using braid, it's definitely gonna set the hook really fast. So that's the pro in regards to that. I would typically use that. I would actually even use on this called the Cinderella Shad. It's a little bit of a jerk bait. I would use it on that, and keep in mind the braid, it will obviously stay above water a little bit. It's going to float, of course, so you can even use that on top water if need be. And the cool thing about the braid too also is when you're casting, I feel like obviously everybody knows, you know, you cast way much further. And the pro also in regards to the braid is that the diameter of it. So I want to say a 50-pound test braid will be literally the size of maybe a 20 or 12 pound in regards to mono. So it's going to be really small in regards to the braid. That way you can cast a lot further. So what I recommend a lot of people who are using specific lures is you're going to probably want to do different setups, depending on what lure you're using, what you're fishing for, what kind of presentation, what kind of style you like. That's why a lot of people who are just getting into fishing see a lot of fishermen with different setups. When I say different setups, poles and reels, they have all kinds, is because each pole, each setup, each line has a specific use for it and specific presentation that you want to do. So those are the three main lines. There's plenty other lines out there. If you guys want to see more videos like this, that, you know, I do a comparison versus just kind of a description, do let me know. I will be having Actually Fishing Kit give his expertise. I'm not an expert. I'm just giving you my opinion on these specific lines and what I use them for and what they do. A lot of people have been asking, and hopefully that helps you guys a little bit in regards to that. So other than that, until next time, see ya.